The video you're about to see is Student Voice. It showcases the power of celebrating your students' choices and voices on a daily basis. The Riverside School believes in the philosophy the student is the stakeholder. This means that everything we do revolves around the students and they know the relevance behind everything done.
One of our beacons are language package. Language package is when you read, write, listen to improve our language and communication. Communication is important because we can express ourselves using a particular language, and also that if you have some kind of very good idea, good invention, how will it come out if you don't have a proper language skill? Nobody will understand what you're trying to show them. In this world, many people have to do many things. They're not going to wait and sit and say, oh, when will you say, when will you say, when will you say? But they will just say that, sorry, I can't understand you. They're going to walk off.
Relevance of doing citizenship is so that we can help our country. As there is a phrase, do what you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you. Since we are born, we are citizens. It depends on us if we are free and we help our country, or we do not help our country and spoil our country's environment. When you help somebody, it is not only that they feel good, but even we feel good that we have made a difference in somebody's life.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Chah from grade 7 and these are my buddies. I'm going to share with you what is buddy interaction. Buddy interaction is when there are two classes come together and the older class mentors the younger one, and if you have a strength and it's of no use if you're not sharing it, and if it doesn't benefit anyone. And the main purpose of this is to learn, and it is said that teaching is learning twice.
Logical mathematical thinking is when you look at every aspect of the problem and then by those small areas or clues which you get of that problem, you try and solve it using different methods of division, addition and multiplication.
They made relationships in Riverside, like student, teacher and teacher-student. Every time we have a very close relationship with each and every teacher. We cannot just justify a teacher that I have with her, but teachers are very friendly with the students. We are allowed to learn however we want. Because it's really good when a teacher knows a student, we learn better. Riverside, this relationship between a teacher and student is like a mother and a child. They help us everywhere in academics, in sports, in everything. So, like, if we do not understand anything, so a teacher explains us 100 times. Then also she doesn't get irritated by us. Sometimes she's very friendly, sometimes she's like a strict teacher. She gives us this feedback on what shall we do, and she's like a guide to our life and studies.
A dialogic pedagogy is a belief that student learns best through a dialogue. Is when a teacher and a student interact and the teacher explains to the student if the student has any problems, and that therefore makes the student learning better. The teacher also comes to know how much the student already knows, so it's like a pre-assessment also. It is a dialogue between anyone. It can be with a teacher and it can be between a teacher and a student and his own peers, or even his buddy.
Interpersonal is when you it's like buddy interaction. Peer teaching. In class we do peer teaching, like whenever somebody has difficulty doing something. There is when peer comes. I am very good at Hindi, and people in my class are a little weak in Hindi. So there is when I come and I try to teach them.
Scientific thinking is when we observe something. For example, this grass. So now I have observed that there is dew on the grass because it rained last night. So that first you observe, then you try and you puzzle yourself, you ask questions to yourself that why would this be there and what is the reason behind it.
Scientific thinking means you can't believe in magic. Example, like if it's raining, you can't just say that God is crying. You should know that it happens because of the water cycle.
My one word that helps enemy thinking out of the box. There is a phrase, you will never find the new ocean till you have the courage to lose sight of the shows. Because if you see in any other school, there's a very standard format. They will never try to explore new things and see if it works or not. Over here at Riverside, we will try new things. And that is what helps in the longer term. Because you think what is in front of you is the best. If you don't explore, you will not find out what is better.
Craftsmanship. Craftsmanship is like if you have a skill and you keep on sharpening it, it's called craftsmanship. I used to say cup, but now I said kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. My one word that I choose for Riverside is rigor. Rigor is basically working hard and achieving something because we work.
My one word for Riverside is democracy. Because at Riverside, no one is partial. All the teachers and all the students are equal. And not only if we have a problem, we don't only go to our class teacher. We can go to any teacher and they will help us. Even at the starting of a day, on a daily basis, we use democracy. Because at the starting of a day, when we're planning our day, ma'am will not just write it all on the board. She will discuss with us, do we want to do it or do we not? If we have any objections, we are free to tell it. So that's why we have democracy at Riverside.
Cause there are words that must be said, and there are words that must be heard, and that night is really